Tonight, we're talking with Michigan lawmakers as discussions continue about whether President Trump should be removed from office. Political reporter Rick Albin's here now with the take from some of our congressional delegation.
Well, Brian, there have been calls for the vice president, to invoke the 25th Amendment and have the president removed from office. Some have even suggested impeachment. But in the short time left in the term, is there really a way to deal with President Trump and remove him from office? Well, here's what some of our elected officials have to say.
There's two ways to make him leave. One is the 25th Amendment, and that's something that the vice president would initiate, where he would get with at least a majority of the cabinet members to affirm that the president should be removed. There is that option. Only he can exercise that. I don't know whether he will or not. It seems like they're a little bit on thin ice in terms of the relationship, unlike what they've had for the last 3 and 11/12ths of year. The other, of course, is impeachment. Congress is out of session now until no votes until the 21st. I won't be going back until the 19th to be there for the inauguration. So to do an impeachment trial, a House verdict, a Senate trial, it's not in the cards.
And we had members of both houses chased out by an angry mob that sought to overturn an election, that sought to disrupt the functioning of our government. That's insurrection. That's inexcusable. So there have to be consequences for that. In terms of where we go with the president, I don't know. Those are conversations that I'm sure are evolving, and we'll probably have more about soon.
Well, certainly I would support the vice president invoking the 25th Amendment, especially given the short timeline that we have. But we have a president, clearly, who is not fit to be president of the United States, someone who has been stoking this type of anger from his supporters over the last couple of months, falsely saying that the election was stolen. The absence of evidence has not stopped him from making false claims about an election being stolen.
Of course, as Congressman Upton pointed out, an impeachment would almost certainly take longer than the remaining time in the president's term. The 25th Amendment has never been implemented in this form with a forced removal. Even if it were, and that appears to be a big if, the president would have a chance to appeal, and that process, too, could linger until perhaps Inauguration Day. So despite the calls, it is quite unclear that the president can be removed in a timely manner, though many in Washington are calling for hyper-vigilant oversight of the executive branch for the next 12 days. Brian?